Hey everyone, welcome back to the Grievance-It Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Kamara, along with my good friend and former attorney, entrepreneur, and all-around wonderful guy, wonderful Wendell Peters.
Man, I love it. Thank you, Eric.
That's an
That was
introduction.
beautiful, man. That was beautiful.
So last week, when we were we did our first video podcast, we asked for submissions to the Grievance-It website, and boy, we got a lot of submissions.
Oh, Eric.
I have a lot of work ahead
There's
of me.
there's some pissed off people. All right, good.
We both picked. I mean, most of the grievances too were against the Giants.
Right.
I chose PG&E. I think you chose.
I've got Amazon/Audible.
Audible. Okay, yep, that's we saw a lot of complaints about them. We saw a lot of complaints about PG&E and so many other companies. So we thought we would pick the ones that best represent them as far as their quality of customer service and stuff.
Correct.
You agree
Correct.
with that?
I so agree with that. Okay, go.
So this is another example of the platform working. You guys need a voice. We're the voice. We'll put it on the podcast. We'll also put it in public on the website. And all you got to do is go to grievances.com, search for your business that you have a problem with, file a grievance. They'll get a notification. We'll get the email, and we'll start working for you. So again, this is a PG&E grievance. This happened on July 14th, 2025. He received his monthly electric bill from PG&E showing a 47% increase compared to the prior month. Despite no significant change in his household with energy usage, my usage history shows that I average between 540 to 560 kilowatts per month for the past year. For July, the usage reported PG&E jumped to 805 kilowatts. His actual usage patterns and home occupancy hadn't changed. He contacted immediately PG&E, the customer service, dispute charges. After a 42-minute hold, he was connected to an agent who dismissed his concern without conducting a proper meter check for the investigation. Excuse me. The representative insisted the bill was accurate and stated that the only option would be to enroll in a payment plan. That's what we said yesterday. Yeah. Essentially forcing him to pay a disputed amount instead of addressing the error. He requested to escalate the matter to a supervisor, but as always, he was told that one was not available. I don't think they have supervisors anymore. You can never get one, or you get the operator next to them.
Right.
As of today, no call back has been received despite multiple follow-up calls. The impact: financial hardship due to unexpected increase of $146 on his bill. That's an increase, man.
Right.
Stress and loss of time, totaling 3 hours on calls with no resolution, which is their new tactic is to exhaust you. And this is all about the accuracy of the billing.
Okay.
So I don't think we need to go any more into that. So obviously the only resolution here is for them to come out, inspect the meter, and do it right. You know.
Yeah.
But they think again that you have no recourse. Or what are you going to do? Hire a lawyer over $146? And a lot of us can't hire lawyers for $20,000.
Right.
You know, it's not just about the principle; it is about the money. The tactics that he's explained in here are common throughout all the customer service industry.
Yep.
They will exhaust you by, first of all, a lot of them will know that within 15 rings, most people give up. That's an actual study. Comcast uses that tactic, right? So then when you answer, it's an endless circle of, okay, we're going to transfer you to this department. Then that department says, well, I don't know why they transfer you here. We got nothing to do with that. That's the endless runaround. And then they tell you they'll call back, and they do this just to get you off the phone. Right? Oh, yeah, sir, no problem. We'll give you a call back when it's resolved. And there's no resolution. Your bill gets higher, and then all of a sudden you're getting shut-off notices. And I'm sure that's what's going to happen next if he can't swing this $146 increase in his bill, which a lot of people couldn't handle right now.
No.
You know.
That's
And so PG&E being a bad actor. I've only been here for 2 years. I lived in Boston, which we have some nor'easter snowstorms, nor'easter rainstorms, thunderstorms.
and you live in Germany.
Yeah, and I lived in Germany. Never have I experienced so many outages in such a short amount of time. And also over such a wide swath of California. Whether it was Redwood City, whether it's Brownsville, Dobbins, no matter where I'm at, I have experienced in the last 2 years probably about 15 outages that last anywhere from 30 minutes to all day.
Yeah.
You know, I've almost lost food a couple of times.
Yep.
This company claimed bankruptcy in 2019. They have increased rates over 147% in the last 10 years, and 36% of that in the last 6 months have been raised. I don't know how anybody's going to survive.
No.
You know, and they get you over a barrel. They're the power company.
They're the power
Well,
company.
you know, you can either fight them or join them. And if you fight them, it's going to be uncomfortable for a long amount of time, and they count on that.
Right.
You got any?
And it doesn't change the immediate problem, which is the 146. I mean,
Right.
I mean, it's truly what you're describing. The system is, if you were to go in the dictionary looking for that, it would be a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
That's the true, and it's like they're going to loop you, and so I mean, the only thing I have to add here is I live in the forest fire deal, right?
Yep.
I mean, the real, no one expected the woofy stuffy city people to get burnt, but I mean, we're up here in the foothills where fires happen all the time. And when I got here 4 years ago, the outages were almost every day. So we had to purchase a generator.
Yep.
As the big joke.
And that wasn't even bad weather.
Right. The sounds of the sound in the hills is the generators. That's the tune up here, right? And so it went on and on and on, to the point where they had it so figured out, because it was all about the breeze. If there was a breeze, it was off, and you don't know how long it was going to be, but if there was a breeze, it went off. And sure, yeah, breeze moves fire. All right, I get it. Then we started getting letters, Eric, actual letters going, hey, Bob, come this date, I guess we're looking at the Willard Scott,
Yeah.
the weathercast, and they said we're going to turn it off, for anywhere for X amount of time, right? And so I mean, things like, for us here, our water pump is not connected to. I mean, it doesn't have an outlet that I can plug the generator
Right.
into, so we are instantly out of water. Okay, so anyway, carry on.
No, it's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, what you're saying is just everybody is held hostage.
Right. And my solar, my beautiful solar panels, it runs through their deal because I couldn't pay Tesla $65,000 for a battery. So I'm still stuck.
Well, we'll get to them too in an episode.
So I mean, okay.
Yeah, no, what you're saying is absolutely true, and like I said before, they have you over a barrel. So in this situation, the bill will have to be paid immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no way around
Right.
that. But it doesn't have to stop there. You can fight for a refund. Take care of your bill. That shows you as a good actor, right? Look, I'm taking care of my bills like I always have. I paid it, but it's wrong. I'm not going to give up.
And
And this right here is the first step. Like I said, we'll put it publicly. We'll put it in the podcast. We've already notified PG&E of the complaint, and now they know that it's not just one person anymore. There's a community.
And that's the key point, Eric, that you have brought up from the beginning, is that it is about a community and it is about a voice. And listen, this is not hippy-dippy. This is fact, as we have no consumer protections,
Right.
okay? There's no intention of giving us any protection. And so this platform is incredibly critical. However, what makes it most effective is if the voice of the community speaks out, right? Okay, are we, somebody going to pay you the 146? No, okay, but if enough people start working on this,
Yes.
and making it, because
And you can either get the refund, or at least someone else will not be affected in the future.
Right. I mean, it's, if the voice is loud enough, okay, because that's the only thing they're going to respond to.
Yep.
They're not going to, I mean, really, you're going to threaten them with lawsuits? Give me a break. We were laughing about it, so.
And they hear that every day, and they go,
it's a movie.
And they all say,
It's
you
a
know who I
movie.
am?
Yeah. So, Billy Bob, I'm going to sue. He gets his little lawyer, and they go trotting into court with their little box of papers, and 6 Suburbans roll up with, a bunch of suits and skirts, carrying their, and they walk in there, and you are crushed.
Yep. They
And
got 7
tell me-
lawyers.
And they'll let that judge is definitely having dinner tonight with them.
Yep.
So.
And they will spend $1 million not to give you back that $147.
Absolutely.
Because to them, that'll be a trend. And then they'll have to start giving it all back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I say now to this gentleman that we can't give his name until we go further and we resolve this, but is stay with it. Pay the bill, because you have to pay the bill. We don't want you
They
to
have to
power.
come fucking check the meter for it.
And then we'll start the process of getting them out there to check the meter.
Yeah.
Now they know that it's not just you, but at the same time, you're not paying for an expensive lawyer. We stay within the law. We know the laws that we can do as a third party and what they have to do to acknowledge us. So we can take it from there. But right now, pay that bill because they have you over the barrel, and that's one thing that it's sickening what they can do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
yeah.
you know, and there used to be a time when if you had a dispute with that, they would pause the bill, right?
Yeah.
They would put that in the corner. Okay, well, you know, you still got your next month bill. We'll put this on the side. We will have someone come out there, check the meter, find out what's going on, because most likely you're going to have the same problem next month because obviously nothing's been fixed about it, right? It's just been built.
And back in the time, you could go, you trundle down here to Little Marysville, and you would get these humans, okay, who know what's going on.
Yeah.
They're your neighbor, etc., and they would set up they would work with you, try and stretch it, something. That's all gone. That's all gone. Okay.
There's no more mom and pops. There's no more community.
Yep.
There is just the guys
money.
that are running the country
Money.
are also the guys that own the businesses.
Money.
You know, it's all about the money. You know, we know that. We knew that from the day one. But now the power play has been reversed. We're the ones paying for everything. We should have the power. It used to be the buyer had the power, right?
Okay.
Not anymore. It's all about they got the power, even though it's your money that they're growing with, that they're living on. But they tell us, we took your money, but now the service that we promised you, not so much.
Right. How come there's not a meter that goes, okay, Wendell got screwed out of 8 hours of power today, and they credit my account?
No, that doesn't happen.
Isn't that the way normal life things work? Wouldn't you do that for your neighbor, your friend? You wouldn't, screw them out of. Okay, so anyway, what's the second one? But you had a 2 on PG&E, you said?
Oh no, this was the main one I picked up.
Okay.
Well, and then also, like I said, my experiences was the last 2 years. I've never experienced so many outages. I don't think they're a good faith company. I think, and when they file bankruptcy and then they're charging people over, charging and stuff like that,
right?
How can they not have made money? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When something goes up by $147,
this bankruptcy thing makes me want to throw one. And I will tell you straight up, it'll be difficult for me not to start saying things like me and I and all this kind of thing because I'm an audible guy, okay? And for years. So this, though, it comes from Samantha from Washington, D.C., the home of, just make sure you're not publishing any books, okay? And so here we are with Samantha, and speaking of books, she has an Audible account, right? Every month pays $15.99 to, pick out a book, and it goes into her library, and etc. Okay, and so usually, you're just carrying along. But what she did is she got a new phone, right? Now Samantha's been down this swamp before. Okay, this isn't her first time, and so I can only tell you how emotionally gutted she was when this happened again, which was she had to reload the app. She goes on to merrily get her hundreds of books.
200 books, I think it's.
Yeah,
right?
and more. And ba-boom. 4 books. 4 books, okay? And so she knows what it is. So she goes online and she does the hoops. She does the, how many cows do you see in this picture? Which, my favorite one is like, is this pointing the right direction, Eric? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out.
Put the pieces the same as the other pieces.
Right. Here we went. I said me. So again, this is going on, and this takes days. It takes days for her to gird her loins after a day of whatever, right? She's not sipping pina coladas.
No,
she's going to work.
She's got a life to live. Work, kids.
Okay. And so finally she does the thing, and surprisingly they actually have a phone number in there. So then the game begins. They ship her down to Lower Slobovia. So now you have one person speaking Klingon, the other Romulan, and it's just, and then the bad phone thing, blah, blah, blah. So anyway,
I'm going to transfer you.
So it goes, spelling things. And it just so happens, so here's the point. They're bouncing her back to the original email that she used, right? And we change emails, okay? So way back yonder, she's got, and it was a creative one, okay? And so it was long, and they would ask her to spell it, okay? And then she didn't have the password anymore, and so they're going, well, the email that you're trying to give us is not applicable to this account. It's over here. And she's going, you guys told me last time that you scrubbed your system of that email.
Yep.
Okay? That was 2 times they've said that, and here we are again. And so she bought, okay, ma'am. And they boot her to door number 2. Okay? Same thing. No, that's not your birth date. No, that's not your social security. No, you're a dumbass. No, just this incredible experience, because now she's in some other country, right? Okay, so she goes to
The operator is in another country.
Yeah, sorry. And so this time she's watching the clock. And so at about 1 hour, she goes, I'm going to record this. And so this is a point that we've talked about, Eric's talked about, is that, as soon as they start talking, of course it's a recording, but as soon as you get the human, you tell them that you're recording it and watch the world spin.
And if you record it like she did, you can actually upload it to the website. We'll get that. We'll have that proof and have that for our resources. But you can upload any type of file and write as much of a grievance as you need to write. No limit.
Okay. So is any of this sounding familiar, right? Okay. Are you feeling it? And so now she's at door number 3. Okay. It's stunning. Okay. Same thing. Same information. Same lack of information. Same you're full of shit. Putting you on hold. Giving you security checks. At 1 hour, you have been on there. You have done everything but giving them a urine
just real quick
analysis.
Yes. Well, the security thing. We talked about this before. They're not doing the job on their end, and that's the only thing that happens is the user gets locked out of their own accounts, right?
Yeah.
So with all this security, the reason why you have to fit pieces and you have to do the capture and find out how many bikes and which ones aren't bikes is because they're not doing the job on their end, and they're dependent on us to do the job for them. That's why you have a code sent to you. That's why you have to do those capture things for AI. If they were putting their money in where it should go, we wouldn't have to do that. It would be a seamless experience for us. But it's not. We have to, just like we got to be our own regulators on customer service and refunds. We have to be that way as far as knowing that they're not doing that on their end to protect us. And then we get locked out of our own accounts. Like they say about laws, only the honest people follow laws. And it's only the honest people that get locked out of accounts and lose everything.
And Eric will have a good follow-up here story about his own experience on Amazon, what he lost. Okay, so just to kind of ratchet this down, we're in door number 3. We're at 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, now Samantha... so now, and there's things like, okay, we're going to transfer you over to the Audible team, whatever. And
even though we talked to you for an hour,
right?
And you said immediately what the problem was.
That number was Audible, and then all this technology. You're telling me that all of that on your screen couldn't go over to Eric's screen. Oh gosh, that seems like the way things, and I know they do. We know they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is exhaustion. They want you to be tired, exhausted, and give up.
I'm looking forward to speaking to Samantha in person because you can hear it in the voice. You can hear the exhaustion. You can hear the despair. You can hear the resignation. And that's the worst part, where you just go, welcome. This is America now. I mean, boom.
We are groomed. We are consumers from day one, and we are groomed the whole journey until the day we die.
Right here, man. I am, like I told Eric, I should drag out my bank statement, sit here. We could do a podcast on just going through, oh, look, window, $5.99, $6.99, $1.99. You need an extra line. You need an extra this. And I go, okay, click. Okay. And then it's there forever and ever. So anyway, Samantha now is in room 4. And she's now... this is the closer. This is supposed to be, and she's now screaming at Samantha. Can you imagine that? She's screaming at her because Samantha is not, being polite enough or whatever after this. So in the end, they finally, Samantha creates, okay, a brand new email just to get her books back. Okay, so now she's going to have the experience of, making sure that this new email is synced with the one that she uses, so she can get her books.
And we also sent them an email notification to customer service from us that explains, what she went through, what we know she went through, and to make sure and verify that this was finally fixed once and for all.
Right. And so this is where we play in this story for Samantha. Okay, Samantha, we hear you, and this is what...
And we all hear you now.
And this is what we're going to do. This is... Okay, first off, it's, did you scrub that email? Is it gone? Will I go through this again? I don't want to go through this again. And then finally, oh, and by the way, just like the PG&E thing, where he should be, this person that we talked about previously should be getting some kind of compensation for the times that
he should get his money back and then his time.
Right. And the time, Samantha, from what I could read, Washington, D.C., she's like, and the seat of power, right? And so she's making some scratch, but it's, anyway, the other thing is, this is what I want for Samantha, because this is very real for me. I want Audible to give her a shit ton of free books.
Yes.
I want you, and she can go in and pick out, I don't care how many, but they better cough up some books, or they're going to be seeing their name every day, because that's what we love to do.
That's what we love to do, and we'll be talking about it until we're blue in the face.
Okay, so tell me about...
So my experience with Amazon, which is almost the same thing, I used to make phone wallpapers and themes, and I had them in the market and everything. Well, I had all my content in Amazon Photos.
Right.
I did the same thing. I got a new phone. So, I downloaded the apps, of course. I go to sign in, and it gives me a hard time. Now, when I had the other phone for 2 years, I hadn't had to sign into it again because I just clicked on it. I kept it signed in. So I go to sign in my account. I have the wrong email. So I do the whole email check. Now, most companies will just send you that thing to your email, right?
Right.
You click the link and you change your password, right?
Generally,
Well, no, but not with them. So I had to get on the phone with them, and then they do me the credit questions. What was your car?
Security.
Yeah, the security. Yeah, which is like what they use for when you sign up for credit. They asked me in 1998. Now this happened in 2020. So in 1998, what color was your Explorer? What street which one of these streets did you live on in 2000? So that stuff's easy, but the color of the car I kind of messed up. I said maroon when they have it listed as red, and it was maroon. But anyways, I got past that. So I thought, okay, it's me now. Yes, sir, we know it's you. But we have one more question. What was the last item you bought, and what was the transaction number? And I looked, and I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, I haven't bought anything from you guys in like 2.5 years.
Oh, there's the problem.
Like almost 3 years, right? Well, we need that transaction. Well, what was the item? I said, well, I know what I've ordered an electric bike, and T-shirts. I'm always getting T-shirts.
Right.
It had to be T-shirts. Well, you asking me or telling me? I don't know. I'm asking you because was it T-shirts? Yeah. Well, it's T-shirts. Okay, so we're all set, right? What was the transaction number? I didn't even know what I bought. I guessed. So how do I know the transaction number? I looked for it. I went back in a lot of the I had a different bank at the time, and I got that closed up. They put me through hell. And again, they know I am the owner of that content. If they even look into it, I'll send them a picture, I said, and you can look at the pictures. It's me, right?
and listen, man, these are small people. They enjoy fucking with you, right? I got a Home Depot where these, they're laughing at me.
Yeah.
They're laughing
I
at me.
had over $2,000 in content.
There you go.
And I've yet to access it. So, again.
You are now locked out of this important.
And now it's so far gone that it's it, man.
Right.
I'll probably start seeing it in ads showing up.
Right.
All my content as a copy, when they buy it.
Right. Right. I mean, it's so, and here you are, right? Here you are with this, all of this,
Yep.
and you still don't have that content.
No.
I mean,
This is where I started coming up with the idea for Grievance. I saw Trustpilot and stuff, but even the Better Business Bureau is so antiquated now. You don't even remember back in the day. You would hear, "I'm gonna call it Better Business Bureau,"
right,
and they would go, "Oh shit!
Oh,
All right, we can talk about this."
Wait.
Now it's like we're gonna call it Better Business Bureau. The what? The Better Business Bureau.
Yeah.
Oh, they still around?
Yeah.
Doesn't that make you scared? No, right?
No, bring it.
Right? The young guys don't even younger generation doesn't even know about Better Business Bureau. I don't think. So, anyways, we got Trustpilot, but we got us. We will not only hear you, we will speak for you. We have a platform, a soapbox, and we can get this information out and start making these companies.
It's taking their tools and flipping the bit.
Right.
Okay. It's so beautiful. I just love. So all this is like they get the music, they get the wait time, they and then ultimately,
and they get the emails, constant harassment,
and
like
pretty
they do
soon
to us.
they'll just see grievance and they'll go no. Okay. It's like, see, this is how it would work best. And it will. It's like you have a beef with Walmart. The shit goes up, boom, bang, and they look at this and they go no, and they deal with you directly and create a resolution. Because that's really, this is not meant to be some antagonistic.
No, we're not. Again, we're capitalists.
Right.
We both own businesses.
Right.
What we care about is when people aren't treated with the dignity, respect, and the money that they're spending.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we make these companies what they are, and then they turn around and treat us like crap. I mean, so he touched on it earlier, and that was the Consumer Financial Protection Division has been 1,500 people have been laid off. Now, he tried doing that in the beginning, right? But the judge got involved, put it on hold. But now they actually okayed 1,500 people being laid off that are supposed to be out there making sure we don't get taken advantage of.
Back then, right? Because they weren't giving money to that. The money was going to everything else, right? Consumer protection, ha ha ha. That how many did you say? 1,500?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably the whole outfit.
Yeah. That's what you get when you have a supposed businessman on the top who's catering to all the other businessmen and taking out the protections that took us years to get.
Yeah.
So if they're not going to regulate, we have to self-regulate. And the best thing to do is to avoid a grievance at all.
Yes.
You can go on the website. You can see the tools that are available to you. The notorious list tells you the bad actors across the country. The grievances list tells you all the grievances filed against these bad actors and even smaller companies, whether it's subscriptions. I don't care if it was a bad night out. Everybody uses Yelp for the experience. Grievance-It is for the cleanup after. We don't send out beautiful pictures. We don't put out fluff reviews. We tell the truth, and we're not corporation influenced at all.
Right.
And also, talking earlier about the tools, we're gonna be releasing Grievance-It Plus next week. You sign up for that, and you'll get a consumer protection agent in your pocket. You'll walk into a store, and the same location services they use against you to inundate you with sales and coupons and stuff, we inundate you with the grievances filed against that business. So the minute you walk in, your notifications will go off. You'll get a list of grievances filed against them, exactly what they were, and then you can make an educated buy. You can decide to walk out or stay there.
Right.
But in the end, you have the tools, use them.
Because that's a secondary piece here but it's very important, which is, the American consumer needs to take responsibility for choices made. Okay, you can't expect whatever. I'm just saying, and so this website provides all kinds of tools, updates, etc.
And I'm not trying to instill fear.
No.
But when even the banks, you put money in the bank, it's no longer your money. We touched that on the first episode about PayPal and stuff.
Yeah.
There's these entities that we're supposed to trust, we can't trust them anymore. And even if we could from the beginning, but we had more trust. You could walk into the bank, you knew the person at the counter.
Once again,
everything was personable. It's not that way anymore. You walk in there, and from day to day, it'd be a different person. It even works there anymore.
Yeah.
They hire, they fire. It's bad. And now when you're getting all these tariffs and everything added on, we pay for everything. Everything. Don't be fooled. Tariffs are a tax. And you need You need a community. We have to stop it, or at least be heard.
Basic math, Eric. I mean, I swear. How
How do you
can
keep
you?
denying
How can
it?
you even? Again, because we're in the business of business,
Yep.
and so if somebody charges me more for this pen, who gets to pick that up? I'm not going to do it out of the kindness of my heart, right? I'm not going to go, oh yeah, let me help you out here. No, it's going to be paid by Eric.
I mean, they won't even give you back the money that they owe you.
Right,
You think
right.
they're going to cover you when it
Right.
comes to tariffs?
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and both stories come back to the same thing: customer support.
Yeah.
And it's just not there anymore. They'll tell you whatever they need to tell you to get off the phone. They'll do whatever they need to do to keep your money. They spend millions a year on ways to find out how to keep your money, even when they're wrong. So again, we're we're not trying to get anybody trolled. We're not trying to shut down businesses.
Yeah.
We're trying to empower accountability. And again, we're losing our voice in the government. We have no more protection. I hate saying the government protects us, but it did. At one time it did.
Yeah.
And it's not there no more. And places...
Facts are facts.
Yeah, facts are facts.
I know that we try to, walk around some of these eggshells, and it's just bullshit because facts are facts. Sorry, hey, if that pisses you off or I can't. It's just 1 + 1 still equals 2, as far as I know. I'm sure in another dimension it's something else.
And if you look at all the bad actors in the country, look how many of them are so close to the administration as far as, I mean, one of the worst actors in the country is Tesla, Elon Musk. One of the worst actors in the country, Amazon, especially for their employees, hangs out, Jeff Bezos, hangs out with the administration.
Yeah.
So if you think you're going to be protected, hey, wake up. Because what's happening now is they want your money, they'll keep your money, but they don't want to give you anything in return.
Yeah.
And they don't even want to honor their own promises or their own commitments. So again, we need you to go on grievances.com, search the business, file a grievance against the business, upload, whether it's you got them on tape, upload it. You got them on video, upload it. You got it on paper, upload it. Everything you can do to better frame your case, do it.
Yeah.
And then Grievance-It Plus comes along next week. When we start doing that, we will actually be a third party involved in your problem. And hopefully we come to a recourse. And the more that we do this, the more they'll get to know the platform, and a lot easier it will be to work with them.
Yeah.
Guarantee that.
Right, because again, I'm telling you, it is a team effort, okay? So, and it's not, trust me, it's not complicated either. I mean, even if it's just, you don't have to have paperwork and all, it's just, tell us what's going on, okay?
Right.
And,
right, if you don't want us involved, you can just put the complaint out there, and we will vet you. We got to make sure, but we will put it publicly. Every day that list will change, and we got a lot. We got a lot of grievances. There's a lot of angry people out there, and there's probably not one grievance that we will get that hasn't happened to us.
That's the amazing thing. Okay, 71 years of age here, and let me tell you, you go in the dictionary under consumer or bad consumer, that would be me. God, I'm not going, eating. I can go through my possessions and find all of these things that I just went, okay, forget it.
It's broken, but
I don't care.
It's not worth it.
This thing sucks.
Yep.
Okay.
It's always worth it. $5 is worth it because it's not about that. It's about stopping them from doing it.
It's such a big deal.
And to stop it happening from you, again, go on the website.
Yep.
You got the tools for free. You'll know who's bad actors. You'll know, and you'll also get to see other people with the same problem as you. And I can guarantee you, again, just like I said about us, there isn't a grievance that we all probably haven't experienced.
In some form or another, right?
So let's get them together and let's make a community, man.
All right, man.
So that was, again, this is what we're going to do every week. But, there's going to be days that we're going to do whole episodes on these bad actors. So we'll have a PG&E episode. We'll definitely have a Tesla episode. And in that case, we'll talk about that company specifically for that time. But we'll also bring up all the grievances filed against them, not just one like today. So please stay with us. Help us grow this community.
Right.
Help us grow this podcast for a voice out there. Get on the website. Be heard. It's time you were heard and not just ignored. Don't let them take your money. Don't let them take your $5. Don't let them take your $1, because that $1 turns into 1,000. Once that 1,000's okay, then 2,000's okay.
Right.
Let's get together and stop it. Make our voices be heard.
And there's a cathartic joy if you just take, punch it in, man.
And you can do it in all caps. If you're angry, put it in all caps.
Yeah.
Shout it out.
Just make sure it's not Ron Miller, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, all right.
So, thanks again for you being here. We thank you guys for being here. And hopefully, someday this platform won't be needed. But until then, let's make it grow. Let's get our voices heard. And let's empower accountability. Until next time, thank you.
All right.
We did it.
Yeah, there we go.
That